What's up, you guys? My name is Kevin, and I'm here to talk about the best checking accounts for 2019. Now, the first thing that I'd say about checking accounts is most of the accounts out there that people have are not good enough. They usually charge you money. They don't even pay you interest. You actually have an account management fee, which is just ridiculous. There's many options online, which I'm going to go through, which are much better. They pay you interest. You have no account management fees, and the user interface and the accessibility is much better than what most people are getting today. I make videos like this every week about personal finance, real estate, investing, so if you like it, consider subscribing. Now with that, let's jump right into it. So the first checking account I want to get into is called the Sofi Money Account. Now this account hasn't gotten very much press or attention at all, and I really don't know why. It's pretty remarkable because it combines the flexibility of a checking account with the high yield interest earning of a savings account. And on top of all of this, it's FDIC insured, which is really important, and I'll explain why. So with the Sofi Money Account, there are no fees of any kind. There's no fees for account management. There's no fees for getting checks, none of that. Sofi Money also allows you to access virtually any ATM, and they'll reimburse you any ATM fees. So this can give you tremendous flexibility. I know when I had Bank of America or Chase Bank, one of the main reasons I liked having them is because there's Bank of America's and Chase Banks just about everywhere. And so if I need to deposit or withdraw cash or go into a branch, it's really easy. But with Sofi Money, because there's so many ATMs everywhere, I mean, every single place you wouldn't even realize, a gas station, Target, whatever, you can go in there and actually withdraw your money with ease and get reimbursed for any ATM fees that you have. So the biggest downside of having an online checking account is not being able to withdraw cash very easily, but Sofi Money makes this super easy and super effective to do. In addition to all this, Sofi Money earns you a 2.25% interest rate on your money. This is really incredible for even a savings account, and for a checking account, it's unheard of. I haven't seen any checking accounts that come anywhere close and have all the other perks of Sofi Money. With this 2.25% interest rate, that means that if you're getting paid from your employer and it's going into your checking account and you're using money for your everyday bills, you're actually going to earn a little bit of interest on that money that you leave in there every single month. It compounds daily and is paid out monthly. It's a really, really awesome account to have. In addition to that, Sofi Money has a great user interface. If you go online, you can actually see all of what they provide. They have a lot of articles on personal finance. They have other products you could use, such as investing or student loan refinancing, which I'll make another video about. But Sofi Money is a very tech-oriented, newer company that has all the credibility of these older institutions, but a lot more flexibility and a lot better perks overall. I highly, highly recommend Sofi Money. It's really cool because whenever you get your debit card, it comes in the mail in this really sleek package, and they really put a lot of effort into making sure that you're satisfied and you're happy. Their app online is really helpful as well. It shows you where all the ATMs are, and it gives you a whole lot of flexibility. And overall, this is a great account. If you're only going to have one account for your checking and savings, or even if you're just going to have a checking and savings separate and you want a checking account that gives you more interest, Sofi Money is probably your best bet out there today. One other thing I'd mention about this account is that it's FDIC insured. This is super, super important and something that a lot of people should pay attention to whenever they're looking at newer checking accounts or newer money accounts being created by all of these different technology companies. You want to make sure that they're FDIC insured. The reason is because the federal government, it's a Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, guarantees a certain amount of your funds when they're deposited in that account in the event that the bank or holder of that money goes bankrupt or something that happens with them. For 2019, that amount is about $250,000. So for most people, if you have $10,000 in your checking account and the bank account goes bust and it's FDIC insured, you're going to be just fine. That's why this account is so special, because there's accounts online, which I'll go into later, which have the flexibility of a checking account, but they're not actually FDIC insured. And that's a huge drawback. You don't want to have that. It's a red flag, especially for a lot of these newer companies. You have no idea what they're going to do. With something like Bank of America, Chase, they're going to be around for a long time. But with these newer companies, you really want to have the stamp of approval from the federal government saying, okay, if something happens, we're going to give you your money back. That's why this account is so important and so special, because it's FDIC insured. The second checking account I'd like to talk about is something that just came out. It's called the T-Mobile Money Account. Now, when I first saw this, I was very, weirded out. It said, why is a cell phone carrier creating a bank account? But I guess that's just what T-Mobile does. They have a lot of cool perks if you're a T-Mobile, cell phone carrier. And, this can be, I've seen things like, $5 off Domino's pizza and things like that. And so I guess they're deciding to create checking accounts now. But at any rate, it is FDIC insured too. And so it has all the same benefits as any other traditional bank. Now, the cool thing about this T-Mobile Money account is that if you're a T-Mobile customer, then you can get 4% on your money. Now, this is really great compared to really any checking account out there, but it's limited to only $3,000 in that account, as opposed to the Sofi Money account, which is very flexible. There's no limits at all on any amount that you must have or can have in that account. The T-Mobile Money account means that you only can have $3,000 maximum, earning that 4% interest. You could have more money in there, but it's not going to earn that incredible 4% interest rate. That means that if you have $3,000 in there, it's about $120 a year, which is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's pretty good money, especially when it's just free. It's just you're sitting in the account. And this is pretty interesting when you compare it to Chase or Bank of America, which actually charges you about the same amount of money per year, about $10 or $12 a month. So if you're going to have an account, you're a T-Mobile account holder, cell phone holder, I think having this account could be pretty good for you. Now, like I said before, this account has no fees and no minimums or no maximums you could have in it. So it's a pretty good account if you're already a T-Mobile customer. One thing I would mention though about this account is that the ATMs that you're allowed to withdraw from and get refunded are significantly limited when compared to SoFi Money. So for example, they use an ATM carrier which has about 50,000 or so ATMs across the country, which sounds like a whole lot, but when you put it in perspective and you look at the total amount of ATMs available and where they are relative to where you may be, you might find that it's not exactly as liquid or as easy to get cash out from an ATM and get reimbursed for free as it would be if you were a SoFi Money holder or a different account holder. Overall, I'd say T-Mobile Money makes sense if you're a T-Mobile customer, you don't carry a whole lot of money in your checking account, and you want a really good interest rate, and you don't mind not having a whole suite of access to additional perks or additional ATMs around you. I think it's a pretty good overall account and really no downside in getting it. Now, the last account that I want to talk about is the Robinhood account. This got a lot of press, this got a lot of attention, but I would highly discourage people from looking into it unless something drastic changed. Now, Robinhood launched an account which was similar to the SoFi Money account in that it combined a checking account flexibility with a savings account interest rate of 3%. At first blush, this was really, really fantastic. Robinhood is a really fantastic platform which allows you to do a whole lot of things, including what they're known for, which is trading stocks for free, and launch this account. The thing that happened with this account is that when it rolled out, they made it seem as if it had all the protections of a traditional bank account. It does not. It is not FDIC insured. It was SIPC insured, which is a different program. It insures it insures the loss of your securities, but not the decline in value of those securities. This is different than FDIC insurance. FDIC insurance is a lot stronger. They're both federal programs, but if you're looking at holding your money and you don't want to lose any money at all and you want to have it guaranteed, the best thing you want is FDIC insurance. Robinhood's account was actually pulled because of this reason. You can't actually sign up for it as of today. And they say that their account, their money management account, is coming soon. Now, what's key is that they said that the cash management account is coming soon, which means that I don't expect it to have FDIC insurance. They didn't say that their bank account is coming soon, their checking account is coming soon. They said their cash management account is coming soon. Now, Robinhood overall is a good, solid company. They've got a lot of really interesting things with stocks. I actually have a Robinhood account, and I've had some success having it. It's really awesome. It has no fees of any kind. It's no commissions on trading. It's really cool if you're looking to get into investing. But in terms of having a checking account, I would really discourage most people from going toward the Robinhood route. I would recommend going towards the Sofi Money Account. The interest rate's a little lower. I mean, Robinhood, you can't sign up for right now, but what I expect it to be, it'll be a little lower. But I think it's worth it for having a trade-off and having the ability to have FDIC insurance. I think that there's something to be said about that. So that's it. Overall, those are my recommendations and those are my thoughts on the top checking accounts for 2019. I would recommend having Sofi Money for most people. It's a great checking account, has a flexibility of a checking account with interest rate earnings of a very good high yield online savings account, has no fees of any kind. I would get that. And at any rate, any of these options really, and any of the other online options, which I'll link below, are going to be significantly better for most people than having a traditional brick and mortar bank charge you money for the privilege of holding your money. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't put up with that. You shouldn't have a Bank of America or Chase for your checking account if you can help it. If you can get around it and you can be comfortable with having an FDIC insured checking account which earns you interest and you have ATM access everywhere, strongly recommend that for most people. So let me know what you guys think. If I missed any, comment below. I'd love to hear from everybody. I'm always looking for the best deals. I make videos like this every week. If you like this, consider subscribing, like and comment below, and I look forward to making the next video. Thanks.